this module, you learned about the guidelines when registering your own business, particularly with the Department of Trade and Industry and the local government unit where your business is located. Now, in this module, I will continue to walk you through the registration process for other institutions in the Philippines. And finally, I will leave you with some reminders about your recurring responsibilities as a business owner. Hi, my name is Kay, and I will be your guide for the necessary steps in registering your business. Before I walk you through the process of registering your business with the BIR, I thought I'd spend some time talking about your responsibilities as a BIR registered business owner. Several of these responsibilities are recurring, meaning you have to accomplish them periodically for you to remain compliant and to avoid penalties. Here are the obligations with the BIR in a nutshell. 1. Register your business at the Revenue District Office or RDO that has jurisdiction over your business by accomplishing a TEAN application form or BIR form 1901. 2. Secure an authority to print or ATP so that you can print invoices and receipts for your business transactions. 3. Register your books of accounts, which can be manual, loose leaf, or a computerized accounting system. If you're a first-time business owner, you may want to try using manual or loose leaf books of account first. A computerized accounting system, or CAS, can be complicated since you will need to have a software in place already, such as SAP or Oracle. 4. Issue completely filled out invoices or receipts for every sale or exchange of goods or services your business does. 5. Properly withhold taxes and remit these taxes to the BIR. You should also issue the certificate of tax withheld as necessary. 6. File the applicable returns on or before the due dates, including supporting reports such as alphabetical lists or alpha lists of pays, meaning your suppliers, of employees if you have any, a summary list of sales and purchases. 7. Maintain your books of accounts and make sure they are available anytime for inspection or verification when an authorized revenue officer of the BIR asks for them. By law, you are required to preserve your books of accounts, including subsidiary books and other accounting records, for 10 years from the date when you filed your return. As a new business owner, you are also required to retain hard copies of your books of accounts for the first 5 years of operations. But after your business's 5th anniversary, you can shift to purely electronic copies of books of accounts. Now, let's get down to the actual registration with the BIR. Here are the documents you need when you register with the tax authority. 1. The BIR form number 1901, version 2018, or the application for registration for self-employed, mixed income individuals, non-resident alien engaged in trade, business, estate, and trust. You can download the form here. 2. You will also need any government-issued ID. Just make sure it contains your name, address, and birth date. 3. Prepare 500 pesos for the registration fee and 30 pesos for loose documentary stamp tax or proof of payment of annual registration fee, also known as ARF. 4. BIR printed receipts, invoices. You can purchase these at the BIR for your first year of operations. While you are still in the process of having invoices and receipts, produced through accredited printers in the RDO where you are registered. 5. Here are other documents you might need, depending on your circumstances. First, a special power of attorney, SPA, and the ID of the authorized representative if you're sending someone else to register your business for you. Second, your DTI certificate. Third, your certificate of authority if you registered as a BBBE, if applicable. Lastly, proof of registration from the LGU. If you don't have your permit yet from your LGU, you can submit a copy of the application form you submitted to your local government. Once you've filled out your BIR form number 1901 and prepared the other documentary requirements, you can head out to the Revenue District Office that has jurisdiction over your business and submit your papers to the New Business Registrant Counter, or NBRC. At that counter, you will also pay for the annual registration fee, the loose DST, and for the BIR printed receipt or invoice if you opted to buy those for your use. Once the RDO clears all your documents and your payments, it will issue the Certificate of Registration or Form 2303 together with the Notice to Issue Receipt invoice, authority to print BIR printed receipts, invoices if applicable, and an e-receipt as proof of payment. Note that as a new business registrant, you may be required by your Revenue District Office to attend a briefing on the rights, duties, and responsibilities of registrants. These briefings are now done online, so if you are required, mark it in your calendar. Otherwise, you might not receive your Certificate of Registration or COR. Now, let's talk about the different types of taxes so you know what you should be paying as a business owner. When you register with the BIR, you are commonly registering for the following. 1. Income tax for annual income tax payment. Even if you do not reach the threshold for income tax and therefore you will not be paying income tax. 2. Expanded withholding tax. Remember that for any transaction you make as a business owner, you have to withhold tax. For example, if you're renting space for your business, you are required to withhold 5% of your rent each time you pay. That goes towards your EWT. 3. Withholding tax on compensation. If you plan to hire workers for your business, you will also have to withhold tax on the salary you will pay them. 4. Value-added tax. This is optional. You only pay this tax if your gross annual sales or receipts exceed 3 million pesos. Now, if you are not liable to VAT, then you are liable to pay. 5. Other percentage tax. There are several factors to consider in order to determine if you are supposed to pay percentage tax. If you sell goods, properties, or services, but your annual gross sales do not exceed 3 million pesos, then you pay percentage tax. If your business involves cars for rent or hire or the transport of passengers, or if you operate a videoke or karaoke bar, then you are also liable to pay percentage tax. To make sure you're registering for the right taxes, you can always check with the officer of the day at the BIR office where you are registering. As a business owner, you should also register with the SSS, PhilHealth, and Pag-ibig, or the Home Development Mutual Fund if you have even just one employee, or if you plan on hiring workers down the road. If you have no existing social security number and you are self-employed, then you will need to fill out SS Form RS1 or the Self-Employed Data Record to register your business with the SSS. If you're employed, then fill out SS Form R1 and R1A or the Employer Registration Form and Employment Report, respectively, to register with SSS. For PhilHealth, you will need to fill out an Employer Data Record or ER1 form and bring a photocopy of your DTI certification. If you already have employees, you need to fill out a PhilHealth Membership Registration Form or PMRF, one for each employee. And finally, for Pag-ibig, you need to fill out an employer's data form. This form should be submitted to the office of the respective agencies where you are registering your business. Earlier, I mentioned that as business owner, you have recurring responsibilities. One of those recurring responsibilities is the renewal of your business permits and licenses. Your business name registration, for example, which was handed out by the Department of Trade and Industry, will expire after 5 years or as indicated in your DTI certification. As a business owner, you should file for renewal of BN registration within 90 days upon expiration. If you have employees, you should also make the monthly payment of your share as employer for your workers' contributions to SSS, PhilHealth, and the Pag-ibig Fund. When it comes to the BIR, you have a number of recurring must-dos. First, pay for your annual registration fee. Second, submit your bound books of accounts for loose leaf or your accounts from your computerized accounting software. Third, register your manual books of accounts if the pages of the previous one had been exhausted. Lastly, renew your ATP or authority to print for consumed invoices or receipts. Finally, every year, you will also need to renew your business permit or mayor's permit by the local government unit having jurisdiction over your business. I know that is a lot of information I just shared with you, but trust me, these reminders and guidelines will be very helpful when you're ready to register your own business. Just to recap, we kick things off with a discussion on the importance and the benefits of registering your business with all the relevant government agencies. It's a bit of work on your part, but the effort you put into doing it right will spare you from a lot of stress down the road. Then we went through the steps of actually registering your business, starting with the Department of Trade and Industry, then the local government unit where your business is located, followed by the Bureau of Internal Revenue, which also included a discussion on different tax types you can expect to pay. We also covered the steps for registering your business with the SSS, PhilHealth, and the Pag-ibig Fund, especially if you plan to hire people. And finally, I left you with some reminders about your recurring responsibilities, also known as renewals as a business owner. Thank you for joining me on this learning journey about registering your business. Now click your way to the next module, which will cover your tax responsibilities as a business owner.